Hey you guys, hope everyone's doing okay. Just want to give you guys a view of the beautiful garden here. Everything's looking really nice. Tomatoes are doing well. Strawberries are popping. And the onions are looking amazing. Potatoes are doing well. But our greens are bolting, which is what I expected. This is pak choy, not bok choy. It's already getting warm. Well, hot. I'm not even going to say warm. These guys are bolting. So, I'm not sure if you guys remember, but I put a tomato in here, knowing that I was going to cut all this back. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and give this guy some room to grow. Now that he's getting smothered in all these greens. And I don't know. I think I'm going to plant some other kind of greens in here, either carrots or beets. We'll see. But let me get this out of here first. So I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to just cut it right here. Boom. See? And then you get all that. Yellow stuff is no good. So I already pulled out all the pak choy, and what I did was I went ahead and put another layer of some soil in there. I had already another mix on another pot with some compost and vermiculite, and I think I had some alpaca manure in here. So what I went ahead and did is just added another about an inch just to get a nice smooth surface. And we're gonna go with carrots in this bed. My wife Kathy and I were talking about what we wanted to do as far as greens go. We already have the Malabar spinach growing. That looks really good. We do have some sweet potatoes. You can get greens from that, and we're going to be planting more Swiss chard because we have just a small bit of that. We were thinking about doing beets, but you don't get too many greens out of beets. When the summer really starts kicking, they kind of like, they're not that, great, and the bugs tend to like really want to, attack them. So real quick, what I want to do is I want to try to plant a couple of inches apart, and so I'm just going to eyeball this like this. I'm just going to put slightly like, 2 rows kind of thing going around this little guy. It's not rocket science. It's not like, scientific or anything. It's really simple. Just poke your hole slightly. Poke your hole. Put your finger slightly into the ground. You're only going maybe a ½ an inch down, if that, because these seeds, and I got these seeds from High Mowing. We usually get stuff from High Mowing, Baker's Creek, Sustainable Seeds,
Johnny Seeds.
Johnny Seeds. We don't go to Johnny Seeds that much anymore. That was more for our bulk stuff. Even High Mowing was more for our bulk stuff when you're buying more than 1,000 seeds. But when it comes to the small heirloom stuff, we usually go for the smaller guys. Mary Heirlooms, I think is Mary Heirlooms. It's another one. Heirloom Seeds is another one. The list goes on. So I might have to do a video showing you guys the different varieties of places that we get our seeds from. But let me go ahead and just pull some of these out. Yeah, they're really tiny, super tiny. And these are fairly new seeds, I think, 2018. So I'm just going to go ahead and plant a couple. Let me see if I can get an angle.
No more than 2, please.
Yeah. There's 2. There's 2.
cannot see any.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to grasp. Okay, there we go.
Solid. It's good enough.
All right, so I'm just gonna keep going around until I got all the holes covered. So all the holes got seeds in it, so I'm going to slightly cover it up. Just like that. Nothing too crazy. And then I'm going to go ahead and plant another pot with some Swiss chard. But yeah, so what will happen is this guy will continue to grow. I'm going to have to eventually put a stake in here to support this little guy. And because we decided to go with the Scarlet Nantes, we had another variety that was 100 and something days. I can't remember where that variety, but this one's a shorter variety, 65 days. And you know, because we're already in past the first week of June, and trying to get these things to grow as fast as possible so we can get something out of it. But yeah, so that's done. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the other pot, and we're gonna plant some Swiss chard.
And then you gotta water this in.
And then I gotta water it in. So let's go do that real quick. One thing you don't want to do, and I just noticed that I haven't been watering this pot because there was nothing in here to water, but it's really dry. So one thing you don't want to do is plant in a really dry soil. That's really just, you know, it's not going to be good, because if you plant your seed in there and then you water, it's going to compress and that seed might pop up. So that's why I don't like planting in a dry bed. So I'm going to water this out real quick. So I water it in, it's nice and moist. I got my seeds here, and again, this is from high mowing. And I'm not trying to promote high mowing, it's just what I end up having to have. And I like to go for my oldest seeds first, because I like to try to use up all those old seeds if they're perfectly fine. These both are from 2017 when we were on the farm, and I might as well just go ahead and use them. So the first one is Pink Passion Chard, and then the other one is the Ruby Red, which is one of my favorite. A lot of wonderful colors, and you know, greens are super healthy, keep your body alkaline, and that's what we're going for. So same deal on these guys. Now these are bigger seeds, so they could probably go in the ground a little bit deeper, and what they do with these seeds is actually clumps of seeds, really. This is something that they do to get multiple seeds in one little ball. That way you have a better germination rate. So let me go ahead and make my holes first before I do that, and that way I know what I'm working with. Okay, so for this one, because I want the Swiss chard to get pretty big, I'm not going to plant too many.
They get really big.
Yeah, they get really big.
When you crowd them, they get a lot of bugs transferred.
Yeah, so let me do 2 here. Do 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
Because you know, you just don't want to crowd them, because you know you're going to get a better harvest if you don't crowd them too much. All right, so real easy, plop it right in the hole. So I got these already in the hole. There was one right there.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Oh, okay. All right, well, let's plop another one right here. Boom. There's another one there. Another one there. Another one there. You know what? Maybe I'll just do 2. These are 2017. You know, and if I get more, I'll just pull them out. I figure we can afford it with the extra seeds. So again, you can see the seeds like that. I'm just going to plop one here, one there, another one there. Wherever I didn't get two. I think everything else has two in it. Okay. That's it for this. I'm going to go ahead and water it in again and water the other one, and that's going to be pretty much it. So yeah, one thing we like to have is greens in the summertime, because even in the spring we really don't get much of a good harvest for the greens. And if you're in the wintertime with a high tunnel, yeah, you're killing it. But around here we don't really get the spring. We had, like, you know, April was more like, you know, February weather. You know, May was more like April weather. And then once the end of May came, or the first part of June, everything just went up, you know, started bolting. Like my lettuce, I think we only got one harvest out of that. We're going to try to get two, but I'm not holding my breath. The pak choy you saw, you know, it's done. So I'm not going to worry about it. So that's why we're planning on growing some heat tolerant greens. So let me water this stuff in. Normally I use a hose to do this, but since I have this bucket here, I'm just going to go ahead and use it.
And you're softening it with your fingers.
Yep. Yeah. You don't want it hard pressured, you know, like a sprayer real too hard on that. You don't want to create any, do anything that's going to make that seed pop up. Yeah. So let's go ahead and water the other side. It's really important to make sure you get your greens in, especially in these times. You want to keep your blood alkaline as much as possible. So eat lots of greens, and, you know, try to, you know, not eat so much acidic stuff. So because when your blood is alkaline, you have a better chance of healing from many diseases. So that's it for today, guys. What else? Anything else? Any other thing?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. I will be doing another video with the strawberries, because the strawberries are popping off already. And I'll be doing another video with the peppers soon too. Alright guys, so that's it for today. Hope you guys are doing your thing out there. Grow your own food as much as you can. Connect with your local farmers, as I always say. And you know, stay happy, stay in a good mood. Breathe the fresh air, get out in the sun, get out near the trees. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys are doing okay, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.